अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishnapreshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshitarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Mancha kalpatarubhyascha कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. I'm sharing my screen. So yeah, last week, day before yesterday, we completed until verse 20, where the sages have already asked, I think, 4 or 5 questions. So the list of the questions I will send, but I think we can also figure this out here. So in text 9, what is the ultimate good for people in general, right? Then we have please select all the essence of all these scriptures and explain it for good of all living entities. So what is the essence of all the scriptures? Okay, this is second question. Then what is the purpose of personality of Godhead appearing in womb of Mother Devaki? Then we want to learn, we are eager to learn about personality of Godhead and his incarnations. Fourth. And then narrate the adventures he performed in his various incarnations. This is another. So total 5. And then this theme is coming out again and again, that they are very eager. So this is one of the very, very important qualification of a hearer, that we should be very eager and enthusiastic to hear about the personality of Godhead, the glories and his activities, name, about his form, about his qualities. So then whatever the speaker is speaking, that goes in our heart, right? But if someone is not eager, then it's very hard to penetrate their hearts, right? So generally it is said, like in Bhagavad Gita also, that in many commentaries Prabhupada says that Arjuna is a very, very soft-hearted person, right? And he is so much in the mode of goodness, although Arjuna is a pure devotee of the Lord, so he is a transcendental personality. But still, because he was bewildered by the Lord, so that Lord can speak Bhagavad Gita for all of us, so Arjuna is being spoken as if he is in mode of goodness, but Prabhupada comments that he is ready to receive the transcendental knowledge. So if someone is in mode of goodness, they are very soft-hearted and they are compassionate, truthful, and they are ready to receive the transcendental. Means the stage is set, so they can understand the transcendental knowledge better. So now they are saying that we never tire of hearing transcendental pastimes, and we never are satiated, right? So they want to continuously keep hearing. And Lord Shri Krishna, who came along with Balram, played like a human, and so Masji performed many superhuman acts. So now we will continue with these three verses. 21. कलिमागतमाज्ञाय क्षेत्रे अस्मिन् वैष्णवे वयम् आसीना दीर्घसत्रेण कथायां सक्षणा हरेः. Kalim, the age of Kali, iron age of quarrel. Agatam, having arrived. Agnaya, knowing this. Kshetre, in this tract of land. Asmin, in this. Vaishnave, specially meant for the devotees of the Lord. Vayam, we. Asinaha, seated. Dirgha, prolonged. Satrena, for performance of sacrifices. Kathayam, in the words of. Sakshanaha, with time at our disposal, Hare, of the personality of Godhead. Knowing well, so translation by Srila Prabhupada, knowing well that the age of Kali has already begun, we are assembled here in this holy place to hear at great length the transcendental message of Godhead and in this way perform sacrifice. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This age of Kali is not at all suitable for self-realization as was Satya Yuga, the golden age, or Treta or Dwapar Yugas, the silver and copper ages. For self-realization, the people in Satya Yuga living a lifetime of 100,000 years were able to perform prolonged meditation. So take a note of this, like lifespans, right? And in Treta Yuga, when the duration of life was 10,000 years, self-realization was attained by performance of great sacrifice. So in Satya Yuga, when life was 100,000, the method of realization was meditation. In Treta Yuga, when life was 10,000 years, the method was sacrifice, means yajna. And in the Dwapar Yuga, when the duration of life was 1,000 years, self-realization was attained by worship of the Lord, right? Deity worship in Dwapar Yuga, and life was 1,000. But in Kali Yuga, the maximum duration of life being 100 years only, and that combined with various difficulties, the recommended process of self-realization is hearing and chanting of the holy name, fame and pastime of the Lord. The sages of Naimisharanya began this process in a place meant specifically for the devotees of the Lord. They prepared themselves to hear the pastimes of the Lord over a period of 1,000 years. Amazing. By the example of these sages, one should learn that, what is our learning now? Regular hearing and recitation of the Bhagavatam is the only way for self-realization, right? Regular hearing and recitation of Bhagavatam, right? So this is, we are learning from these sages, but at the same time it has also been mentioned that recommended process of self-realization is hearing and chanting of the holy name. So actually in pages of Bhagavatam, Lord's holy name is there and His pastimes are there, His form is described, His activities are described, everything is there in Bhagavatam. Other attempts are simply a waste of time, for they do not give any tangible results. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached this system of Bhagavad Dharma, and he recommended that all those who were born in India should take the responsibility of broadcasting the messages of Lord Sri Krishna, primarily the message of Bhagavad Gita. And when one is well established in the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, he can take up the study of Srimad Bhagavatam for further enlightenment in self-realization. So many people ask question that, oh, I have not completed Bhagavad Gita, should I read Bhagavatam or not? So I have heard this answer from like senior Vaishnavas that like ice cream can be licked from any side, so it's always same similarly sweet. So there is no qualification to read Bhagavatam, only our heart should be open and there should be eagerness and submission. So this is very important. Okay, so yeah, please Seema Mataji. Do you want to read the from the verse?
I'll try, Mataji.
Okay.
But I want to read, yeah.
Please.
Tvam na sandarsito dhatra tustaram nishtitir satam kalim satvaharam pumsham कर्णधार इवर्णवम्.
Very nice, Mataji. Very nice.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada.
So
We
let's read
think
the
that,
synonyms as well, Mataji.
okay, sorry.
No problem.
Tvam, your goodness. Na, unto us. Sandarshita, meeting. Dhatra, by providence. Dustaram, insurmountable. Nishtitatam, for those desiring to cross over. Kalim, the age of Kali. Sattvaharam, that which deteriorates the good qualities. Pumsham, of a man. Karnadhara, captain. Iva, as. Arnavam, the ocean. Translation. We think that we have met your goodness by the will of providence, just so that we may accept you as captain of the ship for those who desire to cross the difficult ocean of Kali, which deteriorates all the good qualities of a human being. Purport. The age of Kali is very dangerous for the human being. Human life is simply meant for self realization. But due to this dangerous age, man have completely forgotten the aim of life. In this age, the lifespan will gradually decrease. People will gradually lose their memory, finer sentiments, strength, and better qualities. A list of the anomalies for this age is given in the 12th canto of this work. And so, this age is very difficult for those who want to utilize this life for self realization. The people are so busy with sense gratification that they completely forget about self realization. Out of madness, they frankly say that there is no need for self realization because they do not realize that this brief life is but a moment on our great journey towards self realization. The whole system of education is geared to sense gratification, and if a learned man thinks it over, he sees that the children of this age are being intentionally sent to the slaughterhouses of so called education. Learned men therefore must be cautious of this age, and if they at all want to cross over the dangerous ocean of Kali, they must follow the footsteps of the sages of Naimisharanya and accept Srila Sutta Goswami or his bona fide representative as the captain of the ship. The ship is the message of Lord Sri Krishna in the shape of Bhagavad Gita or the Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yeah, wow. Prabhupada is heavy in this slaughterhouses of so called education. Yeah, but that's sadly it is true. Just, I mean, they are learning money making and all that, like they are just counseling them to what career they should pick and what they are good in. And in one sense, it is okay for the material life because they have to survive after all. But at least in earlier years, at least in India, I know, we used to have like moral studies classes also. There were behavioral sciences, how to maintain relationships, how to respect each other, how to be empathic in our communication, empathetic in our communication. So all those things were also taught along with all these career oriented things. But that part is completely removed from the education system in general. I mean, I still believe that private schools and they have still they have these things, but yes, totally now the kids are thinking about what will give me most money, right? And yes, money is important part of life, but ultimately there will not be more money than it is destined for us, right? Because ishavasyam idam sarvam yat kinchim jagatyam jagat. So whatever a quota one has been decided for, that much only will be given to him. So we don't have to do extra hard efforts to get money, because so many people do so much hard work but still they just get a basic salary and whatever. So everybody has like big dreams, okay, this that we want to buy this, buy that, but this is just chasing after, if it is there, then it will come, even though you don't make too many efforts. I mean, definitely due diligence we all do, right? We don't sit like we don't loiter like lazy people. We do whatever, but that should not affect our sadhana. We should have a proper standard of sadhana, and then reading. The sadhana, of course, includes reading and hearing and chanting, right? And if possible, deity worship, something like Mangal Arti and evening Artis, something like that. So that part should not get affected, and our consciousness should not get affected. But many times, unfortunate this is. I'm like everyone, including me, like we all get so much engrossed in work, and that our, sometimes consciousness gets carried away also. So now these sages are saying that by will of providence, we have met you, such a qualified personality, right? And they are going to accept him as a captain of the ship for because they want people to cross the difficult ocean of Kali. We may accept you as just so that we may accept you. So you have come so that we can accept you. So, okay, so this is not that it is their choice whether they accept him or not, but he just came out of his causeless mercy. So we need to see, this is very important, that what Krishna is sending in our life, we need to be very observant about those things, right? What is he bringing? What is coming in our life as mercy? That we would not have otherwise expected. So that means it is causeless, right? When we expect something, then there is a cause. But something unexpectedly is coming in our life, that means it is causeless. Of course, other things are also causeless, because it's not necessary that we are expecting something, then we will definitely get it. But particularly those things which are bringing us closer to Krishna, and they are just coming in our life causelessly. We didn't make much effort for them, but still they are coming. So Krishna wants us to come closer. That means that he is personally, taking time to give attention to us. If things are coming unexpectedly in our life, which are taking us closer to Krishna. So we all have those kind of experiences, and we need to note for ourselves that how are these mercies of Krishna manifesting in our lives, right? So they are saying that age of Kali deteriorates all good qualities. So people, I'm just taking little time on this verse, very important, that's why. People many times say, we have heard such comments, non-devotees are better than devotees. Devotees fight too much. That's what many people sometimes say. But you know what? Important thing is that they are slowly maturing in their devotion to Krishna, and a time will come when they will completely mature. But the people who are not directly devoted to Krishna, but they generally believe in goodness, that do good for everybody, don't harm anybody, that is also fine, but that remains on a very, very temporary platform. They will quarrel inside the family many times, right? They will not treat each other well, but outside they will treat each other well, or other people well, because they want to be seen as good persons, right? But these qualities are only on surface. But for devotees, they fight and they quarrel definitely, because they are struggling so hard with their senses, right? They want to, not do things that are detrimental for their bhakti, but things are attractive also in the material world. So in their life particularly, it's always there is a push and pull, right? But they are trying to cultivate good qualities, and slowly they will become more serious and matured. So those qualities will remain with them no matter what, because they are doing it for Krishna's pleasure, right? For their guru pleasure or Vaishnava's pleasure. But in general, if we will stay in mode of goodness just for the sake of being in goodness, that may not sustain, right? And it becomes very circumstantial. So that's why now they are thanking Srila Sutta Goswami that by providence will we have found you, so that we can accept you as our captain of this ship, this is the ocean of Kali, in which all the good qualities are deteriorating. So this is our great fortune that we also found some other or the other person in our spiritual journey that Krishna sent causelessly, and then we have to move forward from there. Okay, so Seema Mataji, you want to continue for a little bit?
Yes, yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
ब्रूहि योगेश्वरे कृष्णे ब्रह्मणे धर्मवर्मणि त्वां कष्टाम् अधुनोऽपिते धर्मकं शरणं गतः. Bruhi, please tell. Yoga Ishware, the Lord of all mystic powers, Krishna, Lord Krishna, Brahmane, the absolute truth, Dharma, religion, Parmani, protector, Swam, own, Kashtam, abode, Adhuna, nowadays, Upate, having gone away, Dharma, religion, come, unto whom, Sharanam, shelter, Gata, gone. Translation. Since Sri Krishna, the Absolute Truth, the master of all mystic powers, has departed for his own abode, please tell us to whom the religious principles have now gone for shelter. Purport. Essentially, religion is the prescribed course enunciated by the personality of Godhead himself. Whenever there is gross misuse or neglect of the principles of religion, the Supreme Lord appears himself to restore religious principles. This is stated in Bhagavad Gita. Here the sages of Naimisharanya are inquiring about these principles. The reply to these questions is given later. The Srimad Bhagavatam is the transcendental sound representation of the personality of Godhead, and thus it is the full representation of transcendental knowledge and religious principles. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the first canto, first chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Questions of by the Sages.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Wonderful. Okay, this is a good sign that we stayed together at least for the first chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's a really, really good win for all of us. So this is the sixth question by the sages, that Sri Krishna has departed for his own abode now. So now tell us, to whom the religious principle have gone for shelter now. Why are they asking question? Because dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. So Krishna is Bhagavan, and the principles of religion come from Bhagavan. So while Krishna was there, like he was there in person, so he all the religious principles were flourishing very nicely.
iPhone 5C order.
So now, when Krishna left for his own abode, so now where the religious principles have taken shelter? That's what is their question. So that's why Prabhupada ji is saying religion is prescribed codes enunciated by personality of Godhead himself, and whenever these religious principles are they are neglected, then Lord appears himself to restore them. So now these sages are inquiring about these principles, that where they have gone for shelter, and all the answers to these questions, as I told, that Bhagavatam is an unpacking of answers to all these questions. These 6 questions form the baseline, and this, of course, always we have to remember while we are reading, Bhagavatam is transcendental sound representation of personality of Godhead. So it is full representation of transcendental knowledge and religious principles. Why? Because religious principles come from Krishna, and Bhagavatam is Krishna, book form of Krishna, right? Sound representation. So let's read just one text from chapter 2, and then we can discuss for a little bit. Chapter 2, Divinity and Divine Service. Vyasa uvacha iti samprashna sanhashto vipranam romaharshanihi pratipujya vachastesham pravaktum upachakrame. Vyasa uvacha, Vyasa said, iti thus, some prashna, perfect inquiries, some rashta, perfectly satisfied, vipranam, of the sages there, Romaharshane, the son of Romaharshana, namely Ugrashrava or Suta Goswami. Pratipujya, after thanking them, vachah, words, tesham, their pravaktum, to reply them, upachakrame, attempted. So, now Suta Goswami is going to speak. Ugrashrava or Suta Goswami, the son of Romaharshan Suta. His father's name was Romaharshan Suta, and his son is Suta Goswami, who is also called as Ugrashrava. I think this name has some deeper meaning to it. I will have to check on that. Being fully satisfied by the perfect questions of the Brahmanas, thanked them and thus attempted to reply. So he thanked them for their questions. Why? Because these questions are for the welfare of humanity, right? So many people say that, oh, do good for people, and then, so Manav Seva only is Madhav Seva, they many times say. But these people are, these sages are asking question for the welfare of the humanity, the questions that are related to Krishna. That's how they are doing welfare of humanity. Unless Krishna is there, no kind of welfare is possible. Unless Krishna's presence is there. Why? Because even our soul is dependent on Krishna. Our soul is dependent on super soul. So when a body comes, unless the soul and super soul enters into it, it cannot be animated. So today morning only I was hearing a little bit from Srila Prabhupada. So he was saying that all these planets, how are they floating in the like space? They are very heavy planets. Why don't they the law of gravity apply on them? And it was such a beautiful answer that if a body dies, the soul leaves the body. So what happens that if like a person is in the water, then if the soul is there, then he stays afloat, right? Even if doesn't know swimming, then also he like does something, so he remains above the water, right? But if soul is gone and a body is there, then it will sink. That means this is called as Jada Tattva, means this is just the matter, the heavy matter. But as soon as soul enters, that lightness comes, because soul is very subtle and very refined. So when soul is there, that lightness comes, that we can stay above, right? So similarly, when the super soul enters the planetary systems, then those planets are maintained by the super soul. But, even though their weight is too high, they are not falling down because of the gravity and all. So this is very important, that now Suta Goswami is thanking them. Why? Because they are asking for these questions for welfare of the whole humanity. Why it is welfare for the humanity? Because it is connected to Krishna's glories, his name, form, qualities, pastimes, right? The sages of Naimisharanya asked Suta Goswami 6 questions, and so he is answering them one by one. Okay, let's see how long is the second. Okay, it's longer, so we will stop here. We will continue this on Monday. So yeah, if anybody wants to share anything from today's reading. Hari Bol Dayaram.
Hare Krishna, Madhuri. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, anybody has anything?
Oh, Madhuri, chanting?
Yeah, very nice. Okay, so we have this one verse we read, and then we completed the chapter 1. Yeah, so this was the one, that why are they assembled there, and they are saying that how we have met your goodness, so that we can accept you as captain of our ship. So this establishes importance of guru also, that when a guru comes in our life, that means this is indication that Krishna will now show us the way to get out of this ocean of material existence. So guru becomes the captain of our ship. And then last verse we read that this sixth question, that where the religious principles have taken shelter when Krishna has departed for his own abode. And now Sutta Goswami has thanked all the sages, and then he will start to reply. Okay, so if there is nothing, we can conclude here, or we can read just one more verse. If you are okay, okay, there I can see. Sima Mataji, okay?
I'm okay with that.
Okay, so we have 8 minutes. Sachin Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Today I'm joining from phone, but
Yeah,
really, I can just say that eagerness was there to join. So I don't know.
I can see
And
that,
let's see really.
Prabhu. I know you were traveling for work, right?
Yeah, Mataji. So, but yeah, I got free from my meetings and all,
Uh-huh.
and then I thought that I'll just join. So it was really nice to hear Seema Mataji reading and everyone. So.
Yes.
And I like the last verse where they're thanking that you're giving us the opportunity to talk about it. So Sutta Goswami is thanking that you have given these 6 questions. Now I have to elaborate. So
Yeah.
this is really also like people don't thank for questions actually. So
Yes.
this is enlightening for me. Very
Yeah.
nice. Mataji.
Yeah, these are transcendental personalities, and when they see that Krishna will be pleased by this effort, and everyone, as a result, everyone will be satisfied. So they feel very happy. That's the what is the purpose of their life. So, and he is also getting the opportunity to speak Srimad Bhagavatam. So all these are very wonderful, opportunities for such transcendentalists. So thank you for sharing, Prabhu.
Sure, Mataji.
Yeah, so Kashyap Prabhu, Seema Mataji, anybody wants to share anything? Meghna Mataji. Okay.
No, what?
Mataji, thank you. I was actually very interested in, like, when you said how the planets stay afloat. I never thought about it, but the explanation was amazing. So thank you for sharing that.
Srila Prabhupada's, yeah, amazing explanations.
Yeah, I think lot of points that were covered, but another thing is what you mentioned is about we working too hard to make money when it's kind of predetermined. Obviously, when if you don't do anything, yeah, that's a different story. But it's predetermined how much is in your quota.
Quota,
I'm not
yes.
repeating very nicely what you said, but that was I think an interesting point. Is that point, Mataji, made in Bhagavad Gita somewhere?
I know it's there in Sri Ishopanishad. So if you will read
Okay,
the first verse from
okay,
Ishopanishad with its purport, that's the Ishavasyam verse.
okay. I've heard the same thing in lectures, but I was wondering if it was okay. Thank you,
Yeah, it
Mataji.
could be in Bhagavad Gita as well. I'm not remembering on top of my mind the exact verse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
no
yeah, this
problem, Mataji.
Ishavasam straightforward speaks to this point about the quota.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Okay, so we will stop here. Then I'll see you on Monday. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha,
Krishna, Vande
Kripa
Hare
Sindhubhyo,
Krishna.
Patitanam
Pavanebhyo
Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo.
Yo,
Namo
Namo
Namo.
Namo.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.